welcome to another episode of Build the RedBull RB7. In the last video, I spoke to you about the problems I occurred when I was putting the wheel bearings into the front left Pirelli tyre and attaching it to the RB7. I did tell you I was going to go away and I was going to try and find a solution for the problem, and now I've come back to you today with the results. That the bearing fit was very loose on the tyres, okay? They fall out easy. Okay, you don't really need the bearing insert, okay? And then, once placed on, they had a wobble, okay? Not only side to side, but forward and back as well. Now, as I did say, at top speed in this car, that's going to be a problem, okay? The objective was that I set for myself was to go out and try and find a solution to fix that. Now, I solved a problem and gained a problem at the same time. Went out to the local hardware and got a 6mm washer, okay, to fit over the axle. Okay, you can see that it stops there, okay, and then basically now the bearings will go in, the axle and washer will go through, okay. In theory, that should work. I did that, I put it onto the car, and guess what? It stopped the movement, okay? Not one bit of movement, not forward and backwards, not side to side, nothing. But the pressure of the washer pushing up against the bearings, okay, stopped the flow of bearings. Well, it stopped the flow of the bearing and prevented the tyre from moving at all, okay, because there's an inner ring and an outer ring, okay, and the washer was basically pushing up against it and stopping them spinning freely. So I solved a problem with the movement, but gained another problem with that. I then ventured off to the local hobby shop, and he had a look at the bearings and he had a look at the rim, and I took the car in too to show him, and he said that the actual groove for the bearing to sit in, okay, is the wrong size. It's a molding error when they develop the rim, okay. Now I have 8 rims in my little collection here, and I went through them all one by one, put the bearings in, okay, and then seeing if they'll come out. Now out of the 8 rims I had one tyre, one rim that was a snug fit. Now if you saw on the video, you saw that I just put them in with my fingers, right? Well, for this one rim, I actually had to use the bearing insert tool. Okay, so out of all of the tyres, they all had molding defects, where the insert was too big for the bearing. So that's a little disappointing. Also, another thing I've figured out is that the bearing, the inner ring, okay, is actually too big for the axle. Okay, so not only is the gap in that causing a bit of wiggle, the bearings themselves are a little bit too big for the bar, okay, so that, you know, doubles the amount of wobble that's happening in the car. Also too, the kingpin that goes down through your knuckle arm, okay, and through these, okay, they wobble a bit. So it all builds up and multiplies, and then that's why we got the amount of wobble that we had on the car. If you guys are lucky enough to have a tyre that had the bearing to have a snug fit, you have great odds. Because, yeah, as I said, 7 out of 8 rims I have all had moulding defects when it come to that. Okay, so there's really no positive outcome from that. We're just gonna have to live with it, which is a bit sad, because it's a bit out of our control. So guys, if you have any feedback or comments or anything that you'd like to talk about or tell me about, or any complaints you have with your build, please let me know. I do enjoy hearing from you guys. It's always great to get a bit of feedback and see how you guys are going. So guys, see you tomorrow, and thank you. Bye.